inner equestrian workout. So it's really important when you are riding horse to understand the fundamentals of the movements, and from there we can then, prescribe the right workout to make sure that we're stronger and more functional in those positions. So if you imagine yourself, imagine an analogy of firing a cannon from a small rowing boat. You can imagine there's no base there from which we can create power or force from. So what we need to do fundamentally is obviously increase that base, or that rowing boat size, power, and base, so that we can then create some more power output to our limbs, i.e. the cannon, so we can shoot that cannonball a lot further, a lot stronger, a lot further, and actually reduce injury and all that sort of stuff. We can create more power output to those legs and arms. So fundamentals obviously in the horse riding position are nice strong legs, nice strong core, and nice mobility and flexibility to help prevent injury. So today we're just going to go through a couple of a nice sort of 30-minute workout that we're going to go through, starting off with a little bit of mobility. Then we'll go into our main part of our session, and then a stretch at the end to make sure we're nice and loose and limber for our next horse riding session or workout. So it's really important that we have some sort of equipment for this. It's not essential, but what we're going to use today is a nice band. Now we can get these anywhere. You can get them on Amazon, any sports shop, get them delivered, and this one's about 10 kilos. So you don't really need any more than that for the moment. We're going to start off the workout today with some mobility work to our hips, to our shoulders, a nice postural muscles so we can get a nice tall, proud posture, again, prevent injury, and then some quad stretches to make sure that those muscles that we're going to be using primarily, i.e. the quads in that sort of half squat position, are nice and stretched and prepped for the workout. Okay, so let's get cracking. So, first two exercises we're going to do is our band mobility. So we're going to start off in a nice tall posture, and these are called face pulls. So nice tall posture, we're just going to literally pull the band, arms straight, squeeze those shoulder blades together and pull apart. Okay, the reason we're doing this is to help promote a nice tall posture, pull those shoulders back and prevent any rounded shoulders. So what we can do if we're sitting at desk for long periods, we get tight chests and we get rounded shoulders. So what we want to do is pull those shoulders back and open up the chest muscles, and that's what the face pull exercise is doing, because it's strengthening up those rhomboids in between those shoulder blades to pull those shoulders back. The next one is a nice shoulder dislocate, just to improve general shoulder health and mobility. So we're breathing in through the nose, through these movements, keeping the tension on the cable or on the band, in through the nose, out through the mouth. That's it. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, and then we're just going to bring into a little rotation. So we're going to keep the hips square, and then we're just going to rotate, keeping those arms nice and tall as if we're hanging from a bar above our head, just to loosen that lower back. Okay, so we're going to go into a set of good mornings now, which is still part of your warm-up to increase just a little bit of a stretch and a dynamic warm-up to the posterior chain, which is your hamstrings, your bum, and your lower back. So we're just going to lean forward, stick the bum out, and stand up nice and tall, keeping the arms back above the head, as if we're hanging from that bar, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And breathe. Okay. So last one, we're just going to go for that overhead squat. So imagine, again, you're hanging from that bar above your head. We'll keep those arms straight, and we're just going to try and squat as deep as we can, keeping that nice tall posture, in through the nose, out to the mouth, making sure we try and get those hips right down between those knees without the shoulder blades lifting, and keeping those arms straight. Now, you can see the way I'm able to do this reasonably easily, reasonably comfortably. Now, many of you may not, and it's a really good sort of showcase of how mobile and flexible you are. Because if you can't do this, there's a number of issues that we need to sort out. Okay, it could be ankle mobility, it could be shoulder mobility, it could be hip mobility, and these things need to be addressed to make sure you're functioning at an optimal level. Okay, so let's go into our Spider-Mans now. So we get head down onto our mat. So I'll do this facing the camera. So we're going to have our left leg forward, left elbow inside the left knee, and the other hand on the ground. And you slide the other knee back slightly. We're just going to lower the elbow down to the knee, a little bit lower than the knee, all the way down to the ground. And now with that same arm, we're going to reach up and around. So what this is doing is just opening up those hips. Into the nose, out to the mouth. The last one, so our aim is to try to get right down to the ground with that elbow. And don't be afraid to put a bit of force through it, because you've got big tendons attaching the muscles to the hips, and they need to be forced to stretch. Okay, so do put a bit of force through it. Now, right leg forward, right elbow inside the right knee, other hand on the ground, and we'll try and lower that down. Same on the other side, and then up to the sky. A little bit lower, and all the way up to the sky. A little bit lower again, and all the way up to the sky. Okay. So last stretch is just our quad stretch. So we're going to pull our heel into our backside. Now, if you need to balance, that's fine on something, because we're going to be standing on one leg here. So you can pull your heel into your backside. If you're struggling to balance, just hold onto your ear. That's where your balance is, your inner ear. So you want to push your hip out, pull your knee back, and stretch. And this can be done before any session, just to make sure we're nice and stretched, and we try and prevent injury as much as possible. So get your balance. Hold on to your ear. That's where your balance is in your inner ear. So it's important to hold on to that if you're struggling to balance. Or again, if you're safe, and hold on to a wall. You want to be extra balanced, safe. Hold on to a wall, chair, or whatever is there to keep you nice and balanced. Okay. So first part of the stretch, first part of the workout even. So we're going to go lunge walk. So again, promoting strength through those, functional strength through those legs, the front of the legs, the back of the legs, nice strong bum, and nice straight strong back as well. And the second exercise is going to be Superman's, and these are going to again promote a nice straight back, nice strong back, and help with those postural muscles to keep you nice and tall and proud and strong when you are doing your sessions. Okay, so let's go lunge walk. So we're going to do 5 in each leg, so we can do these alternating. Okay, so we're just going to literally start with a nice lunge. So you can do it on the spot, a nice tall posture, and then lunge back to your start position. Okay, nice lunge, back to our start position. We're going to do 5 in the left leg, nice and dynamic, in through the nose, out to the mouth. And 5. And change sides. So nice lunge, and back. And breathe. So you can feel this through those quads. Important to keep nice and tall and proud, head up, and chest up, shoulders back. Okay, the second exercise is going to be Superman's. I'm just going to change this onto a full screen so you can see fully. Okay, so Superman's. We're going to be on all fours here. So 10 into all fours. Nice straight back. We're going to connect our left elbow to our right knee and exhale. Fully extend, nice and long and high, and then connect and exhale. In through the nose, nice and long and high. Breathe. And last one. Now we're going to change sides. Okay, really important to get reach long and high with our legs and our arms. Okay, so ready to go. Connect and exhale, nice and long and high. Good. Okay, and rest. So if you have a drink of water, go get yourself a drink of water, and then we're going to go back to set number 2 now, which is back to our lunges, 5 in each leg. And let's get okay, so nice big lunge. We can do this hand on the hips. So nice big lunge, left foot, and back to the start. Make sure we're breathing. You can do this with weight if you want. You can hold bottles of water, dumbbells if you want, if you're a little bit more advanced. And then breathe. And then other leg. And breathe. 4. Get into breathing. And change. and rest. Okay, that's our first block done. So lunges and Superman. So next of all, let's have another look at the next part of our workout. So as we can see here, our next block is our deadlifts. We're going to use our band for this. We can use bottles of water if you don't have a band. It's absolutely fine. The second one is our hollow holds. Okay, so let's get cracking. So again, make sure you're well hydrated. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water in between our blocks. And we'll get cracking on our deadlifts and our hollow holds. Okay, let's go. So deadlifts are first. So we grab our band. Remember the good mornings we did as part of our warm-up? It was just a hinge movement. Notice the way of a nice straight back, and we stand up nice and tall. Literally, we're doing that movement with our band. So step in the band. As you can see here, I'm going to just pick up the band, go up my tippy toes, let the band come through, so we can nice bit of resistance here. Okay, now slide on. How does that look? Back straight, and stand up nice and tall. Okay, notice the way I get all the way to horizontal. My back is nice and straight. My shoulders are back. My head is up. My chest is up. So I stick my bum out. So we're 10 reps. Now, it can take a long time, but I have a little bit of time to make sure we get that posture right, and we're not rounding our back like that, because it's the last thing you want. That's when we get injuries. So stick your bum out, shoulders back, stand up nice and tall. So this is strengthening up the hamstrings, the bum, and the lower back. Okay, 10 reps. Now, hollow holds are next. This is going to get our core nice and strong. Remember, firing that cannonball from that rowing boat. This is our nice rowing boat, which we're going to build into a huge, powerful, strong tugboat. Okay, which is going to produce far better power output to our legs and arms, which is going to help you perform far better. Okay, so hollow holds. Important here, starting point, legs up, arms up. Pull your pelvis up towards your belly button, that way. So we shouldn't be able to put our arms underneath our arch here. We should flatten down that arch by pulling our pelvis up that way, okay, before we do anything. So once we've pulled our pelvis up towards our belly button, we're going to lower those down. Head up, squeeze the tummy, flatten down that back right into the ground, pull that tummy right into the ground. Make sure we're breathing. 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. Feel that burn through those abs. Okay. Important we're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, through all of these exercises. If we don't breathe, you're going to get dizzy. You're not going to get enough oxygenated blood to those muscles, and you're not going to perform. Okay. So step number 2. Let's go back into our deadlifts. So grab your band. Remember how I showed you. Step into that band. And pick it on up. Okay, back straight. I'm going to do it front on this time. Okay, side on view, back straight, horizontal, front on view, in through the nose, nice and tall, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose. 10 reps. Now, if you want to make this harder, widen the base of your feet, widen the grip with your hands, okay? So you got a nice tall posture. Get a nice bit of resistance through those bands. Make sure we don't lose our form. Shoulders back, chest up, and breathe out. 10 reps. Okay, done. Right, back onto our back. Second set. Hollow hold. Remember our setup. Arms up, legs up. Pull that pelvis up. Flatten down that arch. Squeeze your tummy. Push that back into the ground. Lower those legs. Lower those arms. Legs straight. Arms up. And hold. So you can feel that tension through the tummy. Go for 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, awesome work. Now, you should feel that through your abs. You should feel the deadlift through your bum, your hamstrings, your lower back. Get yourself some water, and let's move on to our third block. Okay, well done. Now, back to our third block. So this is going to be squats with dead bugs, okay? So we're going to go for 10 squats. We can do these resisted or we can do body weight squats. And then we're going to go to our dead bugs, 5 on each side. Again, first one for those quads, the legs, really good lower body exercise. And then our dead bugs is going to help with our core, okay? Let's get cracking. So squats. Now, easy way to describe this, again, is keep a nice 12-pound posture, head up, chest up, arms out to counterbalance. And we're going to try and squat to 90 degrees. Very hard to get that depth if our hips are tight, if our back's tight, our ankles are tight. So it can take a while to get that depth. So important we get nice and deep in through the nose, 90 degrees at the bottom. Okay, if you're a bit more advanced, you can grab your band and bring this right up over the head, behind the back, and work into that squat. And we're going for 10 reps. Good. Good. Last one. Notice the depth, notice the tall posture through the movement. Okay. Perfect. Now, dead bugs. So we've all seen a bug in the windowsill on its back, and it's just lying there. Okay. That's why it's called a dead bug. Okay. Funny, I know. All right. So let's get onto our back. So this one, arms up, knees into our chest. So we're going to start again with that pelvis pulled in, flattening down that back, so hollowing out the core, they call it. We're going to straighten our right arm and our left leg. In through the nose, long and low without touching the ground. Arm back, keeping that pelvis pulled in, left arm, right leg. And breathe. So we're doing 5 on each side. So keep that pelvis pulled in through the movement. Don't let it go. I'm going to feel that nice bit of tension through those abs. Okay, and rest. Okay, so take a sip of water if you like one now. And then we'll go back to our squats for a second set. Okay, still with me? All right, let's go. So, stepping into our band. Again, you don't need a band. You can hold some water if you want. Just stand by your side, hold your bottles of water, hold your dumbbells. Or if you have a band, over the head. Okay, it's your first session. Just don't use a band, just use your body weight. Remember, working that depth. So we're going to go side on this time. Head up, chest up, working that depth. Heels on the ground and exhale. Five. Notice the depth I'm getting there. 90 degrees. And good. And rest. Now, back to our dead bugs. Lying on our back, let's get our setup right. Follow that core out. So pull your back down to the ground, pull your pelvis up. Should be no arch there. Putting those abs into the ground. Okay, so right arm, left leg, keeping that pelvis pulled up, long and low. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Make sure we're breathing. Okay, last one on each side. And rest. Okay. Great stuff. How did you find that? Okay. Kind of tight through those core muscles. Squats are working those legs. Those are really important exercises to work on. Okay, good. So, back to our session. We're on to our last block now. So, wall sits for 15 seconds. Okay, and then plank for 15 seconds. So again, a nice static hold for our legs here. And then we will work on our plank for 15 seconds for our core to get a nice static hold on our core. So what you need here is a nice wall you can sort of sit against, okay, which I don't really hear. So what I'll do is the chair and do it against the chair. Okay, it's nice and easy. So we're sitting down against the wall. There's no chair there. Okay, we're just holding this position. Okay, notice there's nothing underneath. I'm just holding this position. We're going to hold for 15 seconds. In through the nose, out through the mouth. So notice I'm just pushing back against the wall. Nice tall posture, shoulders against the back. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so you can do that against a door, a wall, as long as the door is safe. And then we're going to go into our plank position. So again, this is going to be for our core to increase that power output into our legs and arms. So plank position, go kneeling, tummy pull, hold in towards the spine. Squeeze your bum here, then squeeze your elbows to your knees. Now we're just doing this for 15 seconds. A more advanced version, you can just go to your toes and your elbows. Again, squeezing your bum, squeezing your elbows to your toes, and squeezing the tummy up towards the roof, squeezing your bum at the same time. And rest. So, set number 1 done. Let's go back to our wall sits. Cracking on set number 2. So, sitting 90 degrees again, let's get set up. You can do this against the wall ideally. Okay, so sitting against that wall. Back against the wall, 90 degrees in those knees, head up, chest up. Notice familiarity of that exercise, of that position that you're in, that's going to help in your sporting performance. Nice tall posture, in through the nose, out through the mouth. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Back into our plank, second and last set. So remember our beginner version, nice straight line from the back of your head to your bum. And if you're doing the more advanced, knees to the ground, make sure the shoulders are over those elbows. Nice straight line from the back of your head to your heels. Squeeze your tummy in towards your spine. Squeeze your bum. Squeeze your elbows to your toes. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Alrighty. Whew, how are we feeling? So that's those 2 done. That's pretty much the whole workout done. So all we got to do now is go through our stretch down. So taking us about 20, nearly 23 minutes now. So we've got 5 stretches to do. Quads, because they're the ones we've mostly worked on, and they're the ones you're mostly using. Your hamstrings, we've been working on those, your glutes, your bum, your calves, your hip flexors. If we cover all those 5 body parts to stretch, it'll gradually increase our mobility and help us be able to perform at a higher level in terms of our sporting performance. Okay, so let's get cracking on our warm down and our stretches. So back to the one we did beforehand. Okay, so quad stretch. Hold on to the ears, hold on to a wall, hold on to the chair, heel into our backside, stretch out those quads. Remember, hold on to your ear if you're struggling. And then change sides. Push your hip out, pull your knee back. Okay, hip flexor stretch. These hip flexors can get tight, especially if you're sitting for long periods. Important we stretch these out. What happens if these get tighter? They pull you down, okay? And that's where you get problems with your lower back. So we want to make sure we get these tightened or loosened even, and it stops that pelvic rotation, which can cause that lower back pain. Quite often it's not actually lower back pain you have, it's tight hip flexors, especially if you sit for long periods. So nice tall posture, head up, chest up, hands on the hips, push it forward, find the point where you can't go any further, feel that stretch down the front of the hip, squeeze your bum, and then push all the way forward that little bit further. They should release a little bit more. And change sides. So you should be holding these for between 15 and 30 seconds, and they really are worthwhile doing, okay? So pushing those hips forward, squeeze the bum when you find the point you can't go any further, and it should release a little bit more. Stay nice and tall, try not to get pulled forward, stay nice and tall, and rest. Next, calves. So remember, if you possibly couldn't get into that deep squat position, it's probably because your ankle mobility is not amazing. So what we're going to do is stretch out those ankles, stretch out those calves, I should say, one foot over the other, and then really just sort of keep that heel on the ground and keep that leg straight. And then change sides. So heel on the ground, change up sleeve. That's it. Okay, and then let's just get a nice full body overall stretch. Get a really wide base with those feet, knees straight, cross the arms over, lean it all the way down. Every time you breathe out, try and get down a little bit further. In through the nose, out through the mouth. That's it. And then walk it up to the top. All right, great stuff, guys. Hope you enjoyed that workout. Any questions? You can find me on completepersonaltraining.ie, on our social media channels, Complete Transformation Retreats, or Damian Hall. It was a pleasure.